Hello everyone. Today I'll be leading you through a power yoga class. It's going to move fairly quickly, just as a heads up. If you've done my previous power yoga classes, you know they move fairly quickly. So I don't use props during the class, but if you want to use props and just hang out in some of the poses a little bit longer until you build strength, feel free to do so. And again, do as much as you can, use modifications if you need to, and build strength. So maybe you start with just 10 minutes of the class, and then next time you do a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. So let's have some fun and let's get started. So we're going to start with our feet hip distance apart, mountain pose. So we want to stack our joints as always to keep them safe. And just take a moment to ground yourself. We're going to be here for a few minutes warming up. So spread your toes, maybe rock back and forth a few times. And then plant the toes down, plant the four corners of the feet down, lift up through the arches, feel the legs lengthen and strengthen. Draw in the belly, bracing the back, create space like there's a string pulling you up from the top of the head, and then just gently let the shoulders rest down the back, and then some dynamic tension in the arms. So fingers are strong. You might see mountain pose with the hands turned this way. For me, it's a little more comfortable with the arms turned in a little bit like this. And then just take a few moments to find your breath. So if you need breaks during class, always come back to your breath. In through nose, out through nose if you can. Let's just take one more breath here. And then start with some movement. So inhale, we're going to bring arms up. Exhale, just bring them back down again. So just getting used to moving with your own perfect breath, which might not match my breath. Inhaling, we lift, create space, trying to keep that space as we exhale. And then whenever you're ready, adding lower body. So as we sweep down, we tip from the hips, becomes a flowing chair. So hips go down and back, making sure we're not pushing knees forward, pressing both feet down, keeping weight even, so we're not transferring weight to sides of the legs or insides of the legs. And checking with that belly brace, supporting our spine. Just a few more times, flowing here. So we're warming up big muscles so we can start to move quickly. Let's finish out one more. And then bring it down, hands to your thighs. Pause here. So we're going to chair. Draw shoulders down, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, let's open up, arch. And then exhale, let's tuck in the chin and round the back. So a standing cow and cat, starting to get some movement in the spine. Make it as big as you like. Listen to your body. Maybe think about opening the throat and then the back of the neck. Just flowing with your breath. Noticing the body and how it moves. Let's do one more of each. And then come back to neutral. Pause. Let's bring palms to heart center at this point. So pressing them together, start to engage upper body. Like a little tiny tug of war going on. Just take a few breaths here, maybe sink just a tiny bit lower. So the hips go back, toes down, heels down. Brace. All right, inhale, sweep up, soften knees. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. So hands can come to the legs here, thighs, shins. We can start to hang out, knees bend at least a little bit, maybe a lot. We can release the head and neck, nod and shake. Just take a few breaths here, starting to activate hamstrings, stretch them a little. Come up to a flat back with your next breath, extending through the crown of the head. And then with your next breath, bend your knees, palms come back to heart, back to that chair. Good, circles sweep behind, fold. Pause there for a few breaths. Release head and neck if that feels good. Come up to a flat back. Bracing, nice and long, from tailbone to crown of the head. Bend the knees, palms at heart, find our chair. Press palms together. One more time, circle sweep. Folding here, softening knees, bracing. Take a couple breaths here. Come up to that flat back, bracing, protecting the back. Bend knees, palms to heart. Press palms together. Good, this time circle sweep all the way up. Bring the arms down by your side, find mountain pose again. And maybe a few shoulder rolls when you get there, one at a time, both at the same time. And then let's find the top of our mat and just reset. So stacking the joints as always, feet hip distance, pause, find your mountain pose again. And then we're going to circle sweep, swan dive, fold. Pause for a breath. Come up to a flat back. Fold again. Soften knees. Fingertips come down. Right leg steps back. Release knee on top of the foot. Our first lunge, just starting to activate hip flexors a little bit more. Front knee over top of that ankle. Heel down. Draw shoulders down. Look ahead. And then inhale. Exhale to down dog. Spread fingers. Press palms down. Find length. Heads between the arms. Elbows soft. Maybe we bend the knees to start out here, or at any time. This is a go-to pose. Anytime you need a break, you can hang out here. Just be upside down. And then with the next inhale, knees come down. Exhale to resting pose. And again, as it's called resting pose, you can come here anytime you need to. Maybe take the knees wider. For now, we're going to extend the arms. Lift up, come all the way forward, kneeling plank. So we get to that point where we're just about to arch the back, but we're not. We draw in, press palms down, soften elbows, neck nice and long. And then tuck the elbows in. Let's lower all the way down. Find length in just a baby cobra, just warming up the back. And then inhale to release, curl toes, exhale right up, down dog. Just a breath or two here, still warming up a little bit. And then with an inhale, we take our gaze forward, we pick up that right foot, sweep it through, help it if you need to, getting the knee so it's over top of the ankle, heels on the floor, drop the hip, and then just look forward, opening chest, opening throat. So we're going to take that sequence and we're going to speed it up just a little bit. So some sun salutations to help warm us a bit more. Curl toes, let's step forward, feet hip distance. Come up to that flat back. Bend knees, palms at heart. Circle sweep, we fold. Good, coming up to flat back. Folding again, right leg steps back, this time back knee off the floor. Looking forward, opening throat. Step back, let's find our plank. Option to stay on the toes or come to the knees. Tuck in the elbows with control. Let's lower all the way down. Find some length, maybe a little bit bigger in our cobra here, drawing shoulders down. Inhaling to release or staying here, and exhale, curl toes, push. So your choice, depends on how your back feels. Take our gaze forward, right leg up and through. Long, low lunge, knee over ankle. Exhale, step forward, feet hip distance. Come up to that flat back. Brace, find chair. This time arms can come out front. Circle sweep, let's fold. Good, come up to the flat back, fold again. Soften knees, fingertips down, right leg back, long, low lunge. Exhale back to your plank, knees or toes. Tuck those elbows, lower all the way down. Maybe we find upward facing dog at this point. So we're on the tops of the feet only here. Elbows soft, palms strong. Inhale, exhale to push. Taking your gaze forward, right leg up and through. Next exhale, we step forward, folding. Come up to that flat back. Find chair, maybe arms all the way up by the ears. Circle sweep, folding as we exhale. Softening knees. Right leg steps back, but let's come all the way up this time. So finding that high lunge. And feet hip distance, sink a little bit, brace so we're up nice and tall. Palms can be at heart. We can extend the arms all the way up. And then sink a bit more if you can. Bend the knees. Take a couple breaths here. So this is a strong pose, kind of building some fire. So if you want to practice with some mudras, index finger and ring finger come together. We extend the other fingers, bring the arms out front. Rudra mudra. Draw shoulders down. One more big breath. And then inhale, find the floor. Exhale, find your plank. Tuck the elbows in. Lower, find length, your back bend. Inhale, exhale to push, down dog. Good, take your gaze forward, pick up right leg, bring it through. Find that lunge on the other side. Set it up, brace, hip distance, you want stability. Sink, palms, heart, arms up, hands can be on leg. Sink a bit more, build fire, feel those legs. Big muscles, big calorie burn. And again, if you want that Rudra Mudra, so index fingers, ring fingers, extend the other ones, arms out front. Breathe, feel the fire. Let the breath flow. One more breath here. Sink a bit if you can. Good. Find the floor. Step forward, feet hip distance. Come up to flat back. Find your chair. Brace. Strong back here. Toes down, heels down. Circle sweep. Let's fold. Soften knees. Right leg back. High lunge again. Breathe. Sink. Build that fire. Build that fire. So this time we can pretend we're holding that ball of fire. Bring it out front. Strong. It's like a ball of light. Strong arms, strong fingers holding it. Good. Find the floor. Plank. Brace. Lower. Find length. Find your back bend. I'm laughing because I know what's coming. Use your exhale to find down dog. Take your gaze forward, right leg up and through. Set yourself up. Stability, safety, and then fire. Brace. Good. So again, finding that big ball of light. Hold it. Strong. Breathe. Energize. Sink. Brace. One more breath. You got this. Good. Next breath, find the floor. Step forward, feet hip distance. Come up to flat back. Find your chair. Pause. Breathe here. Sink. Let's take an extra breath. That one's for me. Good. Circle sweep. Fold. Come up to flat back. Fold again. Let's hold here for an extra breath. See if we can get any longer in the backs of the legs. And then soften knees. Fingertips come down. Right leg back. Drop the heel. Find your warrior one and sink. So we want to see that big toe past the inside of the knee. We want the knee approximately over top of the ankle. Other leg nice and strong. Pressing down right through the edge of that foot. Arms can be up. Arms can be down. Settle in. Sink. Find a breath here. Brace. Inhale, create space. Exhale to warrior two. So we just turn the shoulders, legs stay the same, and then we look over the front arm. Reach forward. Come back. Reach forward. Come back. One more time. Reach forward. Come back. Front palm lifts. Exhale, we go backwards. Sink. Reverse warrior. So opening up those ribs. Breathe here. Create space on the inhale. Exhale back to warrior two. Good. Shift forward. Come back. Using the obliques a little bit. Shift forward. Come back. One more time. Shift forward. Come back. Whew. Let's turn the shoulders. Find our warrior one. Take a breath or two here. Strong feet. All right, let's find the floor. Find our plank. Pause there. Breathe. So this is where we're going to work a little bit of strength. So we're bracing. We're going to tuck those elbows in, knees or toes. Lower to your chaturanga. And we're going to hold so we don't touch the floor if we can. Breathe. Neck long. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe. One more breath. Find your back bend. Whew. Use your exhale to find down dog. Good job. Take your gaze forward, right leg up and through. Drop that left heel. Find your warrior one on this side. I'm just going to turn around so I can see you, or you can see me. Good, set it up. Let's be safe. Hands where we like. Breathe here. I'm recording this. Today is May 26, 2020, and it's humid. Whew. Sink a bit if you can. Brace. Exhale to warrior two. Good. Strong arms. Shift forward. Come back. Use those obliques. Legs stay low. Come back. One more time. Come back. Front palm flips. Exhale, reverse. Sink. So think about opening up the ribs. Other hand, try not to let it rest on your knee, above or below the knee, or just reach for the floor, in front or behind, your choice. We just want to put any pressure on that joint. Exhale back to warrior two. Feel the fire in that leg. Shift forward. Come back. Shift forward. Come back. One more time. Forward, stay low. Come back. Good. Turn the shoulders. Warrior one. Take a breath or two here. Strong legs. Feeling them shake. Good. Inhale, let's find the floor. Exhale, find that plank. Knees or toes. Brace. Good. Tuck those elbows in. We're going to do that chaturanga challenge again. So we tuck, lower, hold. Hold. Breathe. Hold. One more breath. And then exhale, back bend. Whew. Good job. Find down dog. Take a breath or two here. Maybe walk your dog a little bit. Good, good. All right. Come back to non-movement. And then take your gaze forward. Bring your right leg up and through. And lift yourself up all the way. And then we're just going to turn the feet so you're facing the long edge of your mat. So toes about 45-ish degrees, heels down. You can adjust as you get going. Hands on hips, palms at heart, sink. So we want to make sure here that the knees aren't falling in. We want to pull them back. Maybe we tuck the heels in so the knees are over top of or close to the ankles. Keep your joints safe. Breathe here. Sink. Draw shoulders down. Okay. Working strength. So big muscles in the legs. Okay. We're going to do a little pulse. We want to be braced through the whole thing. Get low. It's a 1, 2, 3, halfway up. Good again. 1, 2, 3, halfway up. Now press the palms together. Keep doing it. 1, 2, 3, halfway up. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, halfway up. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, halfway up, halfway up, halfway up, halfway up, down. Breathe, breathe. You're shaking. It's okay. Maybe you're sweating like I am. That's your fat crying, they say. Inhale, exhale, push. Whew. Reach. Good job. Adjust feet as necessary like I am, and we just do a few sunflowers. Flush it out. Find that breath again. Find movement with your breath. Good, one more. Let's meet reaching up. All right, we're gonna do that again. So readjust. Good, palms at heart, hands on hips or on thighs. Brace. Ready? Down we go. 3, 2, 1, halfway up. 3, 2, 1. Maybe we stay. What? 3, 2, 1. Your choice. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Last one. 3, 2, down and hold. Down and hold. Breathe. Shake. This too shall pass, right? Press the palms. Inhale. Exhale. Push. Good job. Whew. Float the arms down. Couple shoulder rolls. Find the top of your mat again. Feet hip distance. Take a couple breaths. When you're ready, inhale, sweep. Swan dive as you exhale. Now up to a flat back. Let's fold again. Soften knees. Fingertips come down. Right leg back. Drop the heel. Find your warrior one. Set it up. Find that big toe. Stack your joints. Back leg. Remember, that's your supporting leg. So you're squeezing that leg. It's not just like this, like floppy, like mine is right now. Push through the pinky edge of the foot. Make that leg strong. Brace and sink. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe here. Pause here. Good. Turn the shoulders. Find warrior one again. And then bring palms to heart center. So we're going to play with a little bit of balance and some strength. So we're going to start to push off with that back leg and tip, squaring off the hips. So warrior three, arms tucked in, airplane with the arms wide, or you can send the arms out. I'm going to keep my hands tucked in today. Take a few breaths here. Try to brace and then lift that leg no higher than the hip. Flex the foot. Now stay here, or let's try half moon. So we start to tip towards the floor, and maybe you just bring both fingertips to the floor and you hang out here. But in half moon, we're on the fingertips, same foot that's forward, so your left foot, and then we open up. And then maybe we look to the side, maybe we look up. I'm not going to chance it. Brace. Breathe. Good, one more breath. If we lifted that arm, let's bring it back. Walk the hands back, let the leg float down, and find warrior one. Good job. So find the floor, find your plank, hold, breathe. So in your plank now, spread your fingers, press your palms down, and imagine, get that sensation of pulling your wrists towards your feet, and you'll start to shake immediately. You'll feel that core. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One more breath. And then tuck the elbows in. Here we go. Chaturanga challenge. Lower. Knees or toes. One more breath. One more breath. Good. Find your back bend. Release to down dog. Take a breath, and then we got that all to do on side two. So let's take our gaze forward. Right leg up and through. Find your warrior one on this side. Switching sides. Set it up. Breathe. Sweat. Whew. Check in with that back leg. Sink. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe here. So notice your body. Where do you feel this? How does it feel? Your arms looking forward in this pose. Strong hands. So we're not floppy, right? Strong. Dynamic tension. Sink. Breathe. Turn the shoulder back to warrior one. Palms come to heart. Good, we start to tip. We start to find that warrior. I gotta bring my leg in so I don't hit the wall here. Start to tip and lift. So we're bracing. You might notice one side feels different than the other. That's okay. Flex the foot, square the hips. Arms can be opened up or extended. And you can hang out here. Practice your balance. Otherwise, we tip. Fingertips find the floor, standing split. Maybe we stay here, or we start to open up and find our half moon balance. Breathe. Brace. Good job. If the arm came up, fingertips find the floor. We start to lower the leg, lift back up. Whew. Find that warrior one. Take a breath or two. And then we find the floor. Let's find that plank again. Brace. Breathe. Set it up. Good. Strong. Stack your joints. Now, imagine pulling your wrists toward your toes. You'll feel engagement of the core. Maybe some shaking like I've got. Neck is long. Breathe here. Strong here. One more breath. And then tuck those elbows lower. Chaturanga challenge. Last time. Breathe through it. Oh, one more breath. Find back bend. Exhale, down dog. Let's take a couple breaths there. Maybe again, walk it out. Breathe it out. Good. Come back to stillness. Nice. Bend the knees. Start to walk your hands to the back of your mat. Find your forward fold here. Come up to a flat back. Find your chair. Breathe here, bracing here. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then with the next exhale, come to standing. Push, find mountain pose. So let's do it a balance. This is one of those ones where if you want to have a prop, a block might be a good idea. I'm going to grab the block just so I can show you. If you don't have a block, then just either don't go all the way into this pose or grab it for next time so that you know, right? So I'm just going to put it on the floor here. Feet hip distance. So we're going to come to our standing pigeon pose with the option to fold into it to deepen the stretch in the hips. And if that's not for you, then don't do it, all right? Just stay with the standing pigeon. Sometimes that's enough, especially if our hips are tight. So feet hip distance, stacking those joints. I like to start with my hands on hips. You guys know that. Let's shift to your right foot. And then pick up your left. And maybe we have just light connection to the earth, and that's enough balance for us today. Maybe we even bring the toes up. If we got that block, a light touch on the block. Otherwise, we can also just stand with the knee up, or we cross the ankle and the knee, and then we open this knee up. And I like to use my hand just to gently guide it into place. This is where I bring my palms to heart center and I press them together. I brace and I start to sit. So just like our chair pose, hips go down and back. You'll notice I'm finding a focal point to stare at and I'm bracing. So you can stay here, breathe. If you want that a little bit more, we start to fold. So either fingertips find the floor or we find that block or something that we've done to lift the floor to bring it closer to us. And just take a few breaths here. Let's take one more breath. And if we came to the floor of the block, brace, just come back up to that seated position. That's the hardest part. And then come back up to stand. Release. Good, shake out the ankle if you need to. And then we do side two. So we spread the toes, hands wherever you like. Light connection to the earth. This side might be different. Light connection to a block. Maybe we just lift the knee, cross the ankle, opening up, palms at heart. Breathe. Press the palms, activate upper body, and then start to sink, bracing as we do. And again, you can just hang out here, our fingertips find the floor or that block, and we breathe. So remember too that the block can turn to be higher or lower. So take advantage of that if you need to. One more breath. If we came to the floor of the block, brace, come back up to that seated position. And then we all stand and release. Good, shake it out. So I'm gonna do crow pose today. And if you can't do crow, don't worry about it. It's one of those things that just helps build strength in the upper body. And maybe you get it, maybe you don't, maybe you practice and eventually you do. But don't sweat it. It's more about the process, right? It's like anything. It's about the journey to get there. Sometimes we get to the end result and we're like, really? That's all it was? So you might not know that there's crane pose and crow pose. I see a difference between the two. Some instructors don't. Crow I find a little easier. It's more of a arm bend, so you have a shelf to rest your knees on. Crane, the arms are straighter. It's a little more challenging. So we're gonna do crow today. So if you like, you can go back to what we just did. If you don't even want to try it, and just do that again. Otherwise, we want the feet hip-ish distance, maybe a little bit wider apart. Start with palms at heart. We're gonna get to that deep squat. So Malasana pose. And you can also just stay here. And a little bit of pressure between the elbows and the knees, it's gonna challenge yourself. If you find that hard on the ankles, you can roll up a blanket to have your ankles resting on them if they're not touching the floor. Okay, so in our crow, I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see. Good? Let me move that out of the way. So our hands are gonna come down. We're gonna spread the fingers so the index fingers facing forward. So just like in our plank, strong hands. And you might have to play with where your hands adjust, but you wanna start to hug your triceps with your knees. And then we wanna brace and we wanna lift our butt. We wanna lift our hips, okay? And then we're just gonna start to lean forward and let gravity pull you up. Breathe. Good, and then maybe the toes come together. So maybe we stay here with just the toes light on the floor, and that's how we start to build strength. Okay, it also makes a difference if you're sweaty, because your legs start to slide. So practice that maybe a couple times. The key is to really hug the arms with the legs, brace, lift, and let gravity do the rest of the work for you, okay? So you'll notice today I'm not holding it very long. It's more for you to practice to get that upper body strength. So finish out one more, maybe you pause the video, try it a few times, come back to it. For now, I'm gonna go back to Malasana, right here, breathe, inhale, and then exhale from that deep squat, all the way up, and find your mountain. Good job. So just a few more minutes left. Let's get down to the floor, and you know me, we have to make our way down. So, mountain pose, pause, breathe, circle sweep, fold, come up halfway, fold again. So this time we're gonna soften knees, fingers down, walk or jump back to your plank, hold, strong arms, elbows soft, pull, wrists to toes. You're not actually doing it, but it's that sensation. So you activate the core. Neck is long. Get this lower all the way down. Find length, find your back bend here, cobra pose. Draw shoulders down, elbows soft. Release, find resting pose. Just for a couple breaths. Maybe we tuck the hands in, maybe we just soften the elbows. We can rest the forehead. Maybe we rock a little bit in the hips. Breathe here. And then we're gonna pick ourselves up. So I'm just gonna get you to hug your biceps. So that gives you proper distance for stacking the joints. And then you're gonna separate the hands. I like to pull my elbows up because the skin got crunched there. This is puppy dog pose. And if you need to come back here anytime, feel free. Otherwise, we're gonna come to dolphins. We're gonna curl the toes. Exhale, lift the hips. It's like down dog, but we're on our forearms. Breathe here. So again, working some upper body strength. You can hang out here, or you can start to lift the hips, just like we did in that crow, and walk the feet a little bit closer. So you start to shift your weight onto your upper body. And then breathe here. Maybe we start to lift one leg. Breathe through that. If we lifted one, let's switch. Might feel different on each side. That's okay. Come back. Focus on that weight. Good, and then walk back out if we came forward. Find your dolphin. And then come back to puppy. And then come back to rest. Breathe. Maybe here we stack the hands or the fists. Take a few breaths. Rock a little bit. Good, and then just pick ourselves up and come onto our knees. So we're just gonna finish this class. So I wanted it to be between 30 and 40 minutes. And we're gonna do a few push-ups and then work on a little bit of core. So we've done a little bit of core already, but we'll flip over and finish with that. All right, so let's talk push-ups, okay? Tabletop position is your position one, hands off the mat. Okay, if we're a little bit stronger, we find our plank on the knees, hands off the mat. Otherwise, we are on the toes. So I'm gonna come to the middle level here. All right, spread fingers. Remember, push-up's just a plank. We're just lowering and lifting it. So 20 if you can, bracing. Inhale to lower, exhale to push. Inhale to lower, exhale to push. Keep going, your own pace. I'm gonna try to count in my head as I'm talking. As you know, it's not my greatest strength. Keep breathing through it. Take breaks, come back at it. If you need to, pause the video. If you're doing it with me, I believe that's 10. Use the exhale to help. 15. 18. 19. 20. Push back. Good job. Circle out those wrists if you need to. And then flip yourself over. So if you're not done, pause the video and then flip over. All right? Just on our backs to finish. Let's take a moment here. Take a breath. So this is resting pose on our back. Constructive rest. You can come here anytime you need to. Windshield wipe. Good for now. Stillness, feet hip distance, fingertips light on the back of the head. Let's take a nice big inhale and exhale. We're just gonna lift, lift. Inhale, smooth down. Exhale, lift, lift. Inhale, smooth down. So we still have that arch in our back, bracing our belly. Exhale, lift, lift. Inhale, smooth down. A few more. Exhale, smooth down. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Okay, hands by our side this time. Knees over top of hips. So again, maintaining that arch, that's just a natural arch, but bracing. Okay, a little toe taps. So you can do 1 foot at a time, out further, lift, or both feet. Tap, out further, lift. Breathe. So we get that nice brace. Let the exhale help you as you lift. A few more. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good. Bring the feet down. Hip distance apart. You want to be able to touch the ankles so you know that the ankles are about underneath the knees. Hands by your side, coming to bridge. So exhale, lift. Let's stretch it out. So in a bridge, we're engaging posterior chain, the backside, to allow the front to stretch or find some rest. So breathe there. Exhale, lift a bit higher if you can. If you like, you can interlace the hands, rock to the corner edges of the shoulders, and open a bit more. Press through both feet. Breathe. Nice stretch. Okay, let's lower down. Hug knees into chest. Maybe we rock or make some circles. And then rock yourself all the way up. Hands under the crease. Rock all the way up. Last move. And you know I like to do this one in my classes once in a while. So this is where you can use, again, a couple of blocks or some books stacked up. We're working upper body strength and core strength. So foot dangling pose, we're going to do it in 3 layers just so you can build strength. I'm going to do the first 2 layers without the blocks. I'll show the 3rd layer with and without the blocks, okay? So I like to have, I use more of the fingertip portion of my hands, but whatever you're comfortable with, we want to get that deep brace. So we do that zipper up tight. Draw shoulders down. Inhale. And then exhale, push as if you're going to lift, but don't. So you're engaging the arms. You might feel the chest, and you get that little bit of a lift. Starting to engage the core. Breathe. This is level 1, okay? Remember, we're building strength. Release. Shake our wrists if you need to. Draw shoulders down. Take a breath. So you do that again, or you come to layer 2 with me. So hands in same position. Get that deep brace. Inhale. Exhale. This time we push, and we start to lift the knees off the floor. So the feet are still on the floor. So a little more active. Breathe. Breathe. Good breaths. And then release. Shake out if you need to. Shoulder roll if you need to. So layer 3, I'm going to start with the blocks. So you want to be able to put your hands on them nice and flat. I like mine out because I like a little angle to my wrists. So we get that deep brace. Inhale. Exhale, push. Start to lift the knees. Start to lift the feet. Breathe. 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 I'm shaking. Good. Lower down. So we're going to do that 1 more time, if you're up for it. And I'm going to do it this time without the blocks, which means I might not hold it as long. All right, so same thing. Inhale, deep brace. Good. Exhale, push, lift, lift. Breathe. Breathe. My arms are shaking. Breathe and release. Good job, my friends. Sitting any way you like. Draw shoulders down. Inhale, create some space. Exhale, let's bring the arms behind us. So fingertips or palms on the floor. Lift the chin. Sweep up. Good. Interlace fingers. Drop them in front. Cat pose. Tuck in the chin. The breath should be slowing down by now. Lift up the chin. Open up, thumbs up. Like you want to hug me right now. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, twist to one side, doesn't matter which. Hand lightly on the side of the knee, and we just gently look over the shoulder. Just wringing it out. Inhale, back up. Exhale, change sides. Inhale, back up. Interlace fingers, press palms up, look up again, stretching throat. Palms down. Let's open up again. And then give yourself a great big hug for doing a good job. Open back up, change the arm that's on top. 2 hugs are better than 1. Inhale, sweep up. Bring palms together. Bring them to heart center. Good job. So if you didn't physically do the whole thing, know that you can do parts of it, build strength, come back to it as needed, pause as needed. Enjoy. If you have any questions, please contact me. Stay safe, and I love you guys. Namaste.